Kahala Yahweh Basham Yahushua Basham Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, a great millstone. Salute to brothers teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. I'm gonna talk about this planned chaos going on. As we know, that's what it is. So set up, right? And what I want to do with this is I want to focus on the lockdowns and the curfews and things of that nature, because what we're seeing is a situation where we're seeing the new world order playing out in your face, basically. What they do want to do is have a more controlled grid market of beast, the technology controlling this stuff. But part of this is order of chaos, all out chaos. So without further doubt, I'm gonna play. I was watching, different videos, different clips and stuff like that. There's all sorts going on with this. And there's all this information. You got ICE, you got the funding behind this. You can say the BLM funding style, and then agent provocateurs and all of that stuff. Anyway, let's watch this.
Sixth day in Los Angeles. Last night, LA Mayor Karen Bass declared a curfew for 1 square mile of the city's downtown, citing what she called widespread vandalism, as California Governor Gavin Newsom condemned President Trump's deployment of the military as a brazen abuse of power.
Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, is standing by with more on the president's response to the situation in L.A. But first, our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, starts us off with the latest on the ground there. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Robin. This is the first curfew in downtown Los Angeles since the George Floyd protests. And the protests that began here on Friday against the crackdown on immigration by the Trump administration, as you both mentioned, now spreading nationwide as Governor Gavin Newsom.
So we're talking about curfews, right? Now, these curfews that have been set up, these are basically lockdowns. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go and have a look at curfews. Let's do this. Because I typed it in here. So it says curfews, right? A regulation requiring people to remain indoors between specified hours, typically at night. So it'll be like, well, look, man, if you come out, we'll throw you in the shower, we'll do this, we'll do that, whatever they're gonna do. And if you notice, this is like this chaos and these curfews and things of this nature is becoming common theme. It's because everyone's looking at America and they say, look, this place is crazy. You got Trump in there, and this is he's pushing this new world order hardcore. All right. If you know what the New World Order is all about, it says the hour designated as the beginning of a curfew. Let's go down. Okay, you got a video 1 hour ago. Donald Trump vows to liberate LA's police enforced curfew. So they got the curfews in. Let's do this because I'm gonna go to that. Mass arrest after curfew kicks in as Texas deploys National Guard. So you got curfews going on, people getting grabbed up. And this is when you're seeing the state against the people. For whatever reason. See, that's the part where they get, oh yeah, because, and that's how, this is what they're going to, how parts of how they're going to get you to accept that chip. Or security, you got immigrants, there's riots, there's violence, we got to just lock it down. And if you come against it, then you're an enemy of state. See how easy people are just getting grabbed up. They don't care if you're old woman walking down the street, you're getting knocked by the horses. There's all sorts of stuff going on out here. Let's look. Los Angeles police say they're conducting mass arrests after Mayor Karen Bass declared a curfew for parts of downtown LA. Bass imposed a curfew or base or whatever, he posts a curfew at 8 p.m., 8 local time, 04 BST, in response to looting and violence during protests against immigration raids. And it's a state of emergency. And all they're going to do, throw in some, all these things are attacks or terrorism. And, you got to throw that word in there because these are the words that they use. These are the things that they use to get what they want in. Okay. One sec, let's do this. Let's do it. Let's go back. Let's go back to this.
With a broadside against President Trump, calling the deployment of those federal troops behind me a brazen abuse of power. Overnight, the protests, which have rocked downtown Los Angeles, spreading across the country in response to the Trump administration's immigration crackdown.
Hands up! So you're going to get that, it's against my rights, and this ain't right what they're doing and all this, but guess what, man, they don't give it. This is just testing the boundaries, putting it out there, what they really want. What they're doing is what they want. And then everyone's go, oh no, you can't do this. Can't believe it, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all thought this could never happen. But it's happening. And like I said, they're going to use stuff like this to bring in that chip, security, all of that. Let's go.
For students!
From Boston, Seattle, and D.C. to Milwaukee.
No Trump! No ICE! No fascist USA!
In Chicago, a car driving through a group of demonstrators. In New York City, police and protesters clashing, officers pushing protesters back.
Yeah, fucking chaos. Okay, what's the order of chaos, right? Nothing but all out chaos.
Majority of protests have been peaceful. In Los Angeles, for a 5th consecutive night, mounted police officers swarming protesters as that curfew kicked in. Governor Gavin Newsom.
So they said that. So there was saying, it was peaceful, but then you don't know, agents step in and start smashing things. There's all sorts going on here. But when you're seeing signs like this, right? This is just like what we're seeing in post-apocalyptic.
Claiming Tuesday that democracy is under assault, requesting a federal court block President Trump's unprecedented military mobilization.
Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities. They're traumatizing our communities.
LA Mayor Karen Bass issuing a curfew for downtown LA that could last several days, hoping it'll stop vandalism.
Yeah, Nero.
And looting of businesses.
Law enforcement will arrest individuals who break the curfew, and you will be prosecuted.
But protesters continue to pour into the streets of downtown LA. The LAPD has allowed several hundred protesters here to meander pretty freely right down the streets of downtown Los Angeles for several hours now. The one thing they have...
And the scripture says, thus with violence. Let me get that, because you have to have, according to the scriptures, chaos going on. Let's get this. Let's get this. Revelation 18:21, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea. And and it's funny because we prophesy about this destruction, about this system going out. It's the Rome. I was calling it Rome 2.0, but I'm gonna start calling it Rome 3.0 because Rome, and that was Japhet before it was Esau. So he took that, then he went, so you had Rome, then he went down and come back and built it up again. They built up the desolate places. So Rome, like the scripture says, Rome 3.0. That's just something I call it, right? It says, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down. You're going to have all sorts of violence. Scripture says, a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. Countries coming against America. Or the actually allied nations, according to prophecy, I can get that. In fact, let's get that quickly. Internal political parties at odds. Or noticing it said it shall be found no more at all. America is the highlight where the main deliverance is going to come from, and also where the main destruction will be at. So let's do this. Let's go to Revelation. Revelation 17:14. These shall make war with the Lamb. Who's the Lamb? Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, the one the world calls Jesus Christ, was actually crucified in the Roman Empire back then. This is Rome reincarnated. And they did go around killing Israelites, killing Christians. And pretty much there was crucifying Jakes and putting them in coliseums and things like that. That's the spirit. They've got that spirit. That spirit's back here. And I'm just, you know the scriptures. I can get him. The devil shall come down with great wrath, because if you have but a short time. It says, he shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lords of lords and Kings of kings. Well, you can't destroy the Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? When they made Superman, and he's just indestructible and all that, that's Yahweh Shai. Or more General Zod, because he's coming in the right spirit. And you can't, they got tech to try and shoot the ships and things like that, but that's not going to work. It says, they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues, and that whore is America that sat on the beast. Let me see if I can get something here. 1 second. Okay, this is... So these represent sister kingdoms, right? You got this one, and it says Revelation Illustrated. That's America. They sit like they're the kings of the earth, and that's what's going on. People go off. America goes down. Everything goes down. I've seen that on the comment boards the other day. This was a random video, so people know. This was a civilian and a citizen, and he was saying that. So we got that. So let's, as you can see, so America's full with a cop. That's Revelation 18. And that's riding the beast. When you're riding something, you're steering the direction that it's going in. So that's why it's like American versus BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and all these different nations. It says, and then the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Let's do this. And let's see if there's... So this is going into, this is gonna, a couple of topics here. So NATO's got 32 members. All right. Right, so it's showing you originally what they got, and they put America in there. But America's is the whore. So it's 10. I think they're showing. Yeah, if you take America away from it, it's 11. But it's still, because let's do this. So you got Spain there, but Spain and Portugal are really one. So you know what? Let me, because there's a lot in this. Let me come off this. But I got all these nations right now anyway, and they're gonna shoot. They're eventually gonna end up shooting nukes on America. Actually, oh man, yeah. For the most I've put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto them. So they're gonna turn on it, on America, and just looking at all this chaos anyway. And by the way, this is all in the scriptures. Let's get a quick scripture on that. These lockdowns, curfews, and things of that nature. Yeah, let's get something on that. Let's read 2 Corinthians 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. This world means destruction. There's going to be destruction taking place out here. And as a matter of fact, it's going to be going on globally. You've got other riots going on right now in other countries. You've got something going on in Ireland. You got a lot of chaos going on right now. But that's really the one you locked in. And Lord will do another show on that. And it says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and the one people shall stand up and fight against another people, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men. So that's actually talking about people. Now, one thing they show you in a lot of these shows is people have factions. You know, like you'll have people that don't take the chip, or you know, you're warring people, even just people in general, politically. You got a lot of that going on. You got like just got a lot of division going on. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. So they ain't gonna give it that. Like right now, they're not really regarding state, and that's why they're gonna impose that martial law. But there's gonna be this to show you that actually in American Civil War. Sometimes you gotta watch those pieces if you want to see it, because they pull it in the movies as well. But you're gonna be living it out. We're just telling you. You're gonna be physically living it out. A man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able. So that's a lot of it. That's these lockdowns, curfews, and things that we're talking about right now. Let me go back. You know what? Let me finish this.
Have not allowed them to descend down to the 101 freeway. And when hundreds of protesters briefly blocked traffic on the 101, police pounced. Late Tuesday, we spoke with LAPD Chief Jim McDonnell.
Do you need the help from the thousands of federal troops?
No, they're on a separate mission. Our mission.
You don't need their help, is what you're saying.
We have a protocol in place for doing what we're doing today, and that's we mobilize the department or parts of the department. We've done that, and then to request mutual aid. We did that last night. We brought in members of 14 different police agencies from throughout Southern California. They are supplementing our officers out in the field, doing a variety of different assignments, but crowd management and crowd control is a big part of that.
Later, a demonstrator telling me that one of her family members was taken by ICE while at the grocery store.
They don't say anything. They don't call family, let anybody know what's going on. You just got to find out in the news if your loved one's missing.
LA's police chief also telling me that we are not likely to see Marines and National Guards interacting with protesters out on the streets here of Los Angeles. He said that will remain the jurisdiction of local law enforcement. But Governor Greg Abbott of Texas announcing late last night that he is deploying the National Guard to multiple locations across.
So you know it's part of the New World Order actually is what brothers, apostles, elders on down have been bringing it out. You know what I'm saying? Let me type this in. New World Order. Okay, Gordon Brown. You know what? I'll leave that. I'll leave that to another video. Okay, well, what I'm gonna do, this is a different. I'm gonna leave this one up here. I'll come back to this one. If it lets me just type it in. I'm not even going to go into what that's saying. So now they're saying if you go into that term, it's anti, you know what, anti JOO. This is crazy. Or because it was a JOO that said it. I just read something. It's just like you can't, they don't even want you to go into it. Okay, you got these websites. What I'm going to do is I'm not even going to. I'm going to click on some of them links because go to images. So, H.G. Wells, the New World Order. So it's all been planned. Okay, lockdowns, curfews, the mark of the beast, the chip, all of that. So what I'm gonna do, let me go back here. See what this does is when I open up something, it goes always on the other end. Okay, where the hell is it at? I'm put this one, put it back in. Right, there's a video 2 hours ago from the BBC that, you know, it's probably just a late video, the same info. They usually like that. But more things are gonna ramp up, man. But we know what the setup is. It's a new world order setup, and I just wanted to touch on the avenue that is for control and you know, the martial law, the military involved. You know, that's why you're getting used to that military putting you in curfew. Well, this is they're going, oh, well, we're gonna use this. We're gonna use local national guard. We're not gonna use this or this, but they're getting used to these trooped up cats on your streets, like telling you to get in your house. So now, okay, our update independent. Okay, so sending troops. Let's see what it's saying. I don't really need the speech, but I don't think I can get out of it. You know what this is? This is yeah, you get the gist on that. It's not. I didn't really get nothing on that right there. But this is what's coming: curfews, lockdowns, and the military, man. Revelation 12 and 12. The devil shall come down unto you having great wrath, because you know you have a short time. Okay, there was a video I was going to check out, but you get the point. This is where things are at, man. The New World Order, curfews and all of that. It's really a quick, so you know what, with that, with that, I'm going to say shallow. Catch you on the next show.